Once again, I'm going to head up the hill. And I got some really important stuff to say to you this time. You should care about. I'm walking home with 1 kilo of eggs. I don't know if they'll make it all the way home. Sometimes I break a couple. They're just in a bag. I should have a container for eggs so that they don't break on this somewhat rocky trail. And I'm going to give you some ideas. I'm going to preface them a little bit, all right? It's how we can free ourselves up from the industrial egg system. I don't like that chickens live in bad conditions, and you shouldn't either. Where's my good lighting? Oh, that's it over there. Why is it over there? Sun's over there. Anyway. If you buy eggs from the industrial system, you are supporting something I'm against. And I'm not a vegan. I don't know if animals have rights or anything, but I don't want to be involved with the animal abuse that is inherent in most of the industrial meat system. And so I've got some ideas. Today, I made some progress on those, and that is that I own an incubator, an egg incubator. Now, I've lent that incubator now to 3 people. One of them was just today. He's getting started out. He asked me about it. He's motivated. That's pretty cool. He wants to try incubating eggs. Now, this incubator holds 12 eggs. It's pretty small because we're not perfect at doing it. The first guy I lent it to, I don't think he had a lot of success. And I haven't either. But right now I don't have enough electricity to actually incubate eggs. Even in a tiny system, I don't have any. My solar power is fucked up, so that's all right. I got friends in town, and the first guy I lent it to, I don't remember what his success level was. And the incubator takes care of a bunch of stuff. I forgot the brand name. I would mention it, but I forgot. It's really cool. It even has a egg candling LED in it. It's not a candle, it's an LED. Works fine. It rotates the eggs. It keeps it at exactly the right temperature. What it doesn't do is do the humidity perfectly. So you got to watch that humidity. Now, the second person I lent it to is a good friend of mine, and he had some success with it. But he was doing that as a favor to other people. And he doesn't have chickens, and so he's not even always sure if they're fertilized or not, which they probably were, given how people raise chickens around here. So, I really like this hill. This is why I like to make videos on it, because it shows me the challenges I have. It's not a big hill. It's just always a challenge for me. I got some leg problems. But anyway, so this third guy I lent it to is very motivated, and I wish him great success. Now, he does have chickens, and so he can make sure the eggs are very fresh, because you can have an egg in stasis for about 10 days. But really, you should put them in there as fresh as you can to make sure they're not already dead when you start out. And he's young. I like young. I like youth. And it holds 12 eggs. Just 12. I mean, they sell incubators that hold 600 eggs, but we are not at that level yet. And so, fuck. It's fine. So I'm really looking forward to him trying this out. And I wish him the best of luck. I told him I'd lend it to him for 2 months, which means he can run through 2 times, because an egg takes about 22 days to incubate. 21, 22, I forget. And some of them will die, some of them will live. But I'm hoping he has great success. And if it does work out, I actually want to give it a different breed of chickens. They're called Morans. And they have a chocolate covered shell. And that's because I wanted to have eggs distinguishable from these ones, which might sell for more. Now, the particular breed I want, Morans, is not quite as productive as Rhode Island Reds or Plymouth Barred Rock or whatever it is, something like that, which is what I've raised in the past. And the thing is that around here, it's easy to buy baby chicks. And so a different problem I have to figure out that's actually harder than incubating is brooding. Getting them from the chick level to the egg producing level, to the pullet level. And I have a solution for that I have designed, and I'll work on it, because that's the harder part. Then, instead of selling chicks or eggs, we could sell hens, ready to produce, to go right into families, where they'll be the good friend of the family. They'll eat up all the chicken waste. No, sorry, kitchen waste. And that helps them get rid of their problem without composting or a worm bin, which are also perfectly legitimate options. But chickens just get rid of all your waste. They are great little dinosaurs. So I want to encourage it. So I have great hopes in this guy, and we'll see how he does. Now I'm going to tell you something else about chickens, since you probably don't know what they are, even though you eat eggs. Chickens come from, they're a domesticated version of red jungle fowl, or maybe green jungle fowl, I don't know, from Indonesia, where it's pretty hot. And that's why chickens in general like hot places. This is not quite as hot as that, which is why I need to make special mechanisms to produce these chickens. That would be incubators and a special brooding space, which I want to do with evacuated tube solar hot water heaters, which I've talked about in other videos. All solar, no photovoltaic, and I even want to especially socialize those chickens so that when we sell them as hens that produce eggs for a family, they're extra friendly with the family, and they'll be treated more like pets than just livestock to be kept in cages. This is revolutionary thoughts, really, at the most basic low level. That's how things should work. Distributed, decentralized, at home. You could think about that wherever the hell you are, on how you could raise chickens better. And it doesn't mean that every single person has to do every part of the process. There could be somebody who's really good at incubating the chickens. There could be somebody, hopefully like me, in the future, who raises those to a laying level of chicken, young hens. And then other people could actually raise the chickens and produce the eggs, which are a prepackaged protein meat product. Are they meat? I don't know. You can argue about that with yourselves, but they're animal protein, and they're especially nutritious. because they're the external uterus of a chicken. Sounds a little gross to eat the external uterus of another animal, but that's what it is. So that's one of my tiny projects that I'd like to get going, but I'd like to turn that into a bigger project where I'm producing hundreds of gallinas of hens and get them in every house I can so that I can make my whole community more powerful. That is the goal. Now the guy I just lent this incubator to already has chickens, so he's got a great source of these eggs. They're definitely fertilized, and I like that he was so motivated he asked me. That's really cool, because the other people, I've suggested it, and I need very motivated people to work with. He is one of those people, so we'll see what happens. What else about chickens? There was a time, I think it was during the war in the U.S., where they said there should be a chicken in every house or something. It kind of went along with like victory gardens. It was a difficult time. I guess it was World War II. And so they promoted that at that time. Now, right now, there's even places that don't want you to have chickens. And this is one of the reasons I want to sell hens, not roosters, is because of noise. Because noise might bother your neighbors. But hens are more quiet. And all they want is some food, some safety, a little care, and they'll crank those eggs out for you. Now the race that I would like, the breed that I would like to raise the chickens, will happen later once we're good at incubating. These Morans. That's M-A-R-A-N-S. Sounds a little bit like morons, but it's Morans. And the distinction of them having a chocolate brown shell is that you can tell that they were locally raised. So I believe that those eggs will be easier to sell because they're exotic to other people. That would be cool. It could be if I can get enough people around here raising them in the next 5 or 10 years, then, you know, tourists could come and they might buy those eggs for twice the normal amount just because they're more cool. And the truth is that they have the same nutritional value as the other eggs, except that they might be getting better food. And so there might be more nutritional value in the eggs. I don't actually know that. You can argue about that with yourselves. You could do this with your friends. You could set up a whole chicken family among your friends of who does what part, you know? To get us away from this industrial meat system, that whether you're a vegetarian or vegan or not, a lot of vegetarians and vegans are against animal abuse, right? They're not necessarily against animal products. And so for those that want to fight against the oppression of animals, they might be on board with that. That'd be cool. So I'm doing my part, my tiny ass little part, and trying to help with that. I hope you can figure out how to do that yourself. I have advice. I'll write about it. I'll make more videos on it. Raising chickens is so easy. It is ridiculous. It's crazy how easy it is. They're little dinosaurs. They apparently are descended from dinosaurs because we bred them out of these Indonesian red and jungle fowl. So you can get involved with that if you want, all over the world, and figure out how to do it right and do a better job than I'm doing. So good luck to you. I think that's all I got to say to you about chickens at the moment.